Browns. As you can see right here, we're interviewing Mike McDaniel for our new head coaching position. He was just let go a little bit ago, a couple days ago, by the Dolphins. I have mixed feelings, and the mixed feelings come from just his past here in Cleveland. Now, if you don't know, Mike McDaniel was one of the individuals that was, had spent some time with the Cleveland Browns, and he just so happened to have been around when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. Now, allegedly, and some people have talked about this, Mike McDaniel was one of the guys who helped write the PowerPoint presentation, the very infamous PowerPoint presentation to which Kyle Shanahan asked for his walking papers out of Cleveland. So I don't know how involved he was with it. I don't know, what it entails in that. But he's a very interesting candidate because of two things. One, he does fit the description and fit the billing of a guy who has previous head coaching position. He's had some success in the league. He's known as a very good offensive mind. And he potentially can be a guy who can either serve as a really good offensive coordinator if he does not end up with the head coaching position. Now, when you look at Mike McDaniel, there's a couple of things that give me pause, right? There's a couple of things about his philosophy as a quarterback guy. He had some issues with Tua. He played Quinn Ewers some, but the problem was it just seemed like, they never solidified anything with the quarterback position. It never seemed like the offense quite clicked like it was supposed to with Tua. Now, Tua's not perfect at all. I mean, he's we talk about wild card. This guy is he's a dude with a bad contract too. And teams feel like they probably can't win with Tua as a franchise quarterback. So there is not all on Mike McDaniel, but the thing that's different to me is if you're going to move on from Stefanski, you kind of want the opposite of what Stefanski was. Mike McDaniel is not that comes off as a person that holds people accountable. He doesn't come off as a person that's willing to get in people's faces. Doesn't come off as a guy that's going to be a rah-rah dude and you're really encouraging, getting guys fired up to run through a wall for him. And he seems like a guy who kind of is aloof in a certain situations, and he's been here before. And while he was here before, he didn't have the best relationship due to some of the allegations and some of the whisperings that he helped Shanahan create the PowerPoint to get him up out of here, saying why the Browns organization was dysfunctional. Now, not saying that you can't change, not saying that you ain't learned from your mistakes, and not saying that he's not a different person at this point. I just have mixed feelings of saying, okay, I just saw you. We beat you with Dylan Gabriel running a wild dog. I'm confused. I think Tua threw like 4 picks that game. One was a pick 6. I'd feel much better if Mike McDaniels was my fallback plan. I would like it much better if he was the fallback plan as an offensive coordinator. I'd have no problem with the offensive coordinator because I do think he's innovative. I think he could adapt. Now, I know people talk about, hey, they want a robot back there. It's yet to be seen what his philosophy is when it comes to quarterback play and whatever it is. But the one thing that I will say is out of all of these candidates, one of the candidates that to me stands out as the candidate that is the most plausible at this point is Jim Schwartz. Now, I know people want to say, well, Jim is not getting interviews from nobody else. Jim ain't outside. Nobody in the outside organization is thinking about bringing Jim in. So if other teams on the outside ain't thinking about it, then why would we? Listen, let me tell you about this. That inferiority complex again. No other teams around the league or have a 5th round quarterback. We drafted him in the 5th. No other teams are interviewing Jim Schwartz. Remember I told you about that? Stop worrying about what other people are doing and start worrying about what you got going on in your building. Start worried about what you can do differently for yourself and what fits you the best. If you look around any of these candidates, Jim Schwartz fits better than all of them. You want to know why? He checks a lot of boxes. He is a former head coach. He's done a tremendous job while he's been here with the defense. He's had top 3, top 5 defenses. He's Myles Garrett, who's your best defensive player, just broke the sack record under him. Carson Schlesinger, who's going to be the defensive rookie of the year, has just done that in his system. Malik Collins had a great year before he was getting injured. Mason Graham was coming along. Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, both had great years. Devin Bush had one of the best years of his life, his career. If you have all of that success, what are you doing? And we talk about ego all the time, but think about this. It's a difference between if John Harbaugh wants to come in and say, I'm not sure if I want Jim Schwartz to be in here. I'm not sure if I want to roll with Jim Schwartz. I'm not sure if I want to bring my own staff. There's something to be said for guys who have had a track record, run a Super Bowl, and been highly successful in this league. But if you telling me I got these Minimowski coordinators that I'm interviewing, some of them which have not even called their own plays in this league, young dudes. Back in the day, we said, hey, I smell a Similac on your breath. You a youngin'. Why we feel like we about to give all these youngins all that energy? You ain't gonna eat, bro. You don't got that cachet. You ain't even called no plays, and you trying to tell I want to bring my own. No. Listen, you don't get to do that, bro. It's levels to this, and my thing is, you can't think of it like this. We always thinking of it adversarial. We thinking about it if we just want to throw some stuff in the game. Listen, man. What you want to do is you want to make it easier for a fresh-time head coach. If you're a first-time head coach and you're trying to figure out the play calling, you're trying to figure out and get acclimated to 53 new guys. It's a new organization. You're trying to set your culture. You still try to do clock management. You're trying to figure out what we're doing in the draft. You're trying to figure out how to just drive to the facility in a new city. But you want all the control? That's the problem. Control is only as good as the results that control gets you. If you can control the offense, the defense, do everything, not miss no penalties is good, special teams is crispy, you ain't got no discipline off the field. If you can do all of those things and be competent, then okay. But if you can't control all of that and you're swimming and you need help, why would you take the ego approach and say, I want my way when I want it, when all you got to do is lean in and make my job easier? If Jim Schwartz already got a defense that's already popping, that's already got people in the locker room likes him, why would I alienate the locker room by going to bring somebody in that ain't even as good as their job as him? Makes no sense. That's why you're looking for collaboration. You're looking for innovation, and you're looking for synergy. You're looking for allies, not adversaries. You're looking to make your life easier, not more difficult. Take the layup, bro. Hey, cool. Especially if it's an offensive coach, cool. Hey, Jim, do your thing. Stay right. If you can get Myles Garrett to do what he did this year, have at it. You get Carson Schlesinger or Mason Graham to take a step, have at it. Come on. So when people get mad, I can't believe the report is that Jim Schwartz, they're telling guys that they prefer to have, of course. What's wrong with that? But it's just the way you look at it. It's the way people couch things. Sometimes we get so emotional and the emotions be getting in the way of what's best. The emotions get in the way of success. The emotions get in the way, and you start getting all that ego and bravado and that extra stuff. And then it don't become about winning. It becomes about you being right. Give me the win. I don't care nothing about being right. Give me success. I don't care nothing about come on, guys. I actually think about it. I believe that Jim Schwartz is the ultimate fallback guy. I believe Jim Schwartz is the guy that we may swing for the fences with Harbaugh. We're going to bring Mike McDaniel in to see what his philosophy fit. But push come to shove, I already got Jim Schwartz in the building. He checks a lot of boxes. He's popular. He's good at his job, and he wants the opportunity. And that's the biggest thing. Give me somebody that believes in what we got, and they believe they can inspire and get them to another level, and they want the opportunity, not the easy way out. They want the opportunity to coach the Browns. I don't want nobody that wants to coach the Falcons. Go coach the Falcons. I don't want to deal with nobody that want to coach the Raiders. Hey, I wish you all the best of the luck, or the Giants, or the Cardinals. I want somebody that's honestly able to look me in my eye and say, I believe in X, Y, and Z. I believe in this team. I believe in what we trying to build, and I believe that I'm the guy to get them there. That's what I want.